Welcome to Rome Overlanding. Enjoy the ride. My name is Adrian Abrahams, and today I am in Zambia. Right on the banks of the Luangwa River, just at the bottom of the South Luangwa National Park. It's been quite a journey to get to this point right here. Many border crossings, and it is a arduous journey. Zambia's roads are not the easiest, and this is a pretty remote part of Africa. And I'm here to find our guest for today. Mr. Juba himself of Juba's Journeys. With his touring company Endless Africa, he's actually taking people on guided expeditions through multiple countries, and this is one of the first ones heading up into Zambia. It is really awesome to be part of the process and to come and see how he works his magic. He's got some unique insights that I think we're going to find very interesting, and I want to dig into some of the things that keep him inspired to continue exploring and to head out and commit his life now more permanently to overlanding. Hopefully we'll catch some time around the fire to sit and chat and find out what makes him tick and what keeps him out here wanting to explore these beautiful places. We are going to have one beautiful episode ahead. So sit down, kick back, relax, and welcome to Zambia.
The journey to Zambia is no joke. From Johannesburg, it's a 1,700 kilometer journey including 2 border crossings, one of which is at Kazangula on the border of Botswana and Zambia, which took a solid 3 hours. I had met up with Juba and we tackled the tar roads up from the border through to Livingston and eventually Lusaka. The roads are littered with potholes and trucks, and the driving conditions are tough. The days are long with many checkpoints and toll gates on the route, making travel time slower than usual. Our plan was to get ahead of Juba's tour group arriving to go and scout the routes in and out of South Luangwa, as well as check out the accommodation for the coming day's travel, before returning back to Lusaka to greet the guests and begin their exciting adventure into the heart of Zambia.
I think the group and Juba and Quinn should be arriving any second right now. We're at the Pioneer Camp. Today's the day for everyone to stock up, get fuel, get everything, we meet each other, sit around the fire, and just get to know who's who in the zoo. So awesome to kind of start to see Juba and Quinn in their element doing the thing that they love doing.
Very happy. Everyone had a safe journey. So now the fun begins.
The roads in Zambia are no joke, and the adventure really begins here on the tar roads. There are cars and trucks stopped in and off the road, thousands of potholes. The driving really takes it out of you, and we were ready for a pit stop.
Today was our first day on the road with a group. We had a massive push. We drove all the way from Lusaka via the Great Eastern Road to Patauki. It's the last day on the tar, or what's left on the tar. Was a good push to get here, and tonight it's only a stopover here in Patauki. Tomorrow we hit the dirt. We're going to make our way to South Luangwa National Park. We're heading to Wildlife Camp. The road there is a little bit up and down. It'll be slow going, but looking forward to it. We're entering wildlife territory and we're going to be traveling through villages. I think it's going to be an amazing experience to take the convoy through this route.
Just like a vibrant, alive kind of area to travel in. It's really, really, really awesome. Different to what we've done before in terms of seeking that like absolute solitude. This is a really nice kind of change in pace, and you know, being able to really interact a bit more with the community, you know, which is cool. I really dig that.
closer and closer we got to South Luangwa, the wilder and wilder it got, and things were really getting fun now. We would be staying at Wildlife Camp for a couple of days as a base for exploring the South Luangwa National Park. And Juba had a few awesome activities planned for the group.
My name is Tulleken, also known as Juba. I have a background in civil engineering. I am currently still a registered as a professional engineer. I worked for about 8 years in engineering, studied for about 7 years in engineering. I have left my career as an engineer to follow my passion of overlanding. I grew up with parents that exposed me to traveling from a very young age. My mom is from Namibia, my dad from KwaZulu-Natal. From a very young age, we started packing our vehicles fully loaded and went on holidays to far-off destinations. I remember the first time I got exposed to overlanding is we did about a 3-week trip through Namibia, and I remember seeing these yellow overlanding trucks and the guys pulling out drawers and they pitching tents. I remember looking at them and thinking, yes, that is amazing. But at that time I was very young and I think I didn't comprehend that could be a career. But I think that's where the seed was planted. But in 2015 I did a walk in the Kruger National Park that really made me feel a connection with nature. We had a very experienced guide that took us an amazing walk. We saw leopard on foot, we had elephant encounters, we slept outside every night. And I think there was a bug that but I knew that I had to pursue a career outside in the bush. My wife and I started planning taking a year off to travel overland for an extended period of time. We planned for about 3 years, putting a route through southern Africa together. Shortly before our trip, I got diagnosed with testicular cancer, thinking that my world was falling apart. But luckily I had a very short stint in a fight with cancer, and I think that drove me to say, okay, I got to pursue this. I quit my job as an engineer, and we traveled for 7 months full-time, just traveling through southern Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Zambia, Malawi, a little bit of a lot of South Africa. I think it just opened up my eyes to a whole new world. After a year of traveling, I went back into engineering, but after 10 months I realized that I have to pursue this. I quit my engineering job for the second time. I took about the first year just studying, getting all my necessary qualifications to register as a adventure guide, an overlanding 4x4 guide, and from there I started putting routes together through my YouTube channel, Juba's Journey. I then also tried to acquire clients, and I haven't looked back since. The contrast between traveling on your own and traveling in a group, both has got its ups and downs. But obviously if I can have my family with me and travel like that would be first prize. But then also I love sharing these places with people and just seeing how they enjoy it. That is in terms of job satisfaction, we can't ask for anything better. This may be for anybody that's new into overlanding. Once you get over the little frustrating things which can be challenging with overlanding, of doing everything yourself and not having all your comforts, then if you see past that, you learn a little bit about yourself, you learn more about people. I just know out here I feel good, I feel healthy. I think that's one of the other benefits of overlanding. It's a physical thing every day. You know, you putting your tent up, you climbing up and down, you're in and out. You don't sit around a lot, so it's in and out of your vehicle. It's an amazing experience, and it keeps you going.
If you see something interesting on the way going, please stop me at any time. Questions are most welcome, okay?
Wonderful.
If you don't ask me questions, definitely you are telling me just to drive, but I'm not a good driver. No, I'm a good driver, but I don't like driving. I like doing driving, explaining, okay?
The Luangwa River separates the village of Mfuwe from South Luangwa National Park. It's incredible to see how the people live so close to nature. Over the next few drives, our field guide Andrew would teach us about everything from grasses and trees to insects, birds, and everything in between. South Luangwa is the perfect place for nature lovers because you just get to see every creature healthy and active, doing what it's meant to. Luangwa is also an area that has a very active global conservation research community, which are trying to take what they've learned to help and protect other areas from wildlife damage, from poaching and habitat destruction. These are such beautiful places, and any way we can support that initiative is well worth it.
What a way to kick off our adventure here in South Luangwa. Beautiful. We had a really nice game drive this morning, and look at this now. This is paradise in Africa. Absolutely spectacular. Big crocs there, hippos, birds everywhere. We saw leopard, we saw lion, little baby cubs. A little bit of a hiccup for me yesterday, losing a CV joint, so I had to sit and do a little bit of maintenance work and try and sort some things out. Thankfully we're in a game viewer because my car is not driving right now, so it's a bit of a situation, but I'm sure we'll sort it out. This was a very pleasant distraction.
Our Sundowners along the Luangwa River were the perfect warm-up for the evening ahead. You can't miss the classic sunset drive in the bush, looking for more nocturnal animals.
already said that my name, I'm Richard Zulu. What are we going to do with this poaching here in Mfu? It's when there's no fish to have our own people to control this and poaching. Poaching was very high here in Mfu.
Through the day, between game drives, Juba arranged a bunch of great outings for his guests to really get a bit more involved in the community.
Thank you for coming, and we are very much happy to see you all. We are ready to receive whatever you have brought for us.
The group donated some footballs and new shoes for the ladies' football team in the village. It was a very heartwarming feeling and the guests loved it. I think everybody felt that they just wished they could have brought more.
100 balls and it's not enough, eh?
You have to commit. If you do these things, you commit.
You commit.
You commit. What's the point?
Juba really knows how to pull out the stops for the guests, and they were busy organizing this incredible evening right on the river for us the whole day. What an absolute treat.
Good morning. We are heading to North Luangwa today. We're going to try and make it about halfway, and currently busy with a couple of repairs on Adrian's vehicle. Front left CV went, so this is something that doesn't happen quite often, but it's part of the game of overlanding. I think our timeline on this was approximately 3 days, getting parts all the way from Lusaka here to wildlife camp. Some of the smaller problems that we deal with is battery problems, electrical problems, and those we sort out in the field. But when it comes to this that needs a little bit of mechanical assistance, then we have to call on our network. I think after we've got that fixed, we've got Davy and the team packing all the vehicles, we've got the wood loaded, we're ready to head through the Nsefu sector to North Luangwa. It's a big adventure that lies ahead, and hopefully we'll be out of here in the next hour.
With my Hilux repaired just in time for the convoy departure, we were all in the spirit of Zambia after absorbing everything South Luangwa National Park had to give us. It was now time to journey further up north, where we would cross the wildlife-filled expanse of the Nsefu sector and Luambe National Park, spending a night on the banks of the Luangwa River before making our way over the pontoon into North Luangwa for an incredible stay at some recently opened campsites. This is sure to be one incredible adventure. As you leave Mfuwe, the adventure continues, with a few big water crossings. Luckily, my Hilux is repaired, the 4x4 is working, and we are all heading out together. The South Luangwa area has many community-run reserves and smaller national parks within it, creating a massive buffer zone between the villages and the South and North Luangwa national parks. We will be traveling through a couple of these smaller parks to make our way up to North Luangwa. And let me tell you, there is no shortage of spectacular wildlife in these areas.
I might be a mess, I might be exhausted, I might be even a little bit grumpy, but I am so glad I managed to get the vehicle fixed and that I am here right now going through the Insefu sector with everybody. It is absolutely wild and beautiful. That seeing those wild dogs like that, incredible, incredible, incredible. And you like break through the grasslands and all of a sudden there's this magnificent river right in front of you, snaking through there. It's absolutely stunning. We're now looking for a spot to grab some lunch and have a bit of a break. So we've just entered Luambe National Park. We are closing in on our campsite soon. The dust is really bad because we're in convoy. So we're just taking it easy. A lot of chat over the radio just to warn people if there's anything coming up. The sun's starting to set. It's looking really beautiful. Today's been quite the adventure and I can't wait to see what our camp is like.
Today we have an exciting day ahead of us. We're heading to North Luangwa National Park. We've got about 120 kilometers to cover. It will be a slow pace. I think it's going to be exciting. It's going to be wild. Looking forward to this day.
So out here, the situation can change any second. You plan your whole route, everything's going good, and then all of a sudden the road's washed away, or there's people parked in the road, or there's a truck broken down, or there's a flooded river, or someone gets a puncture, or you break a mechanical part of the vehicle. I think it's very important to be able to think and act on your feet, and I think that is how you actually have the most fun and enjoy your trips the best, is you take it all in its stride as an adventure.
Entering North Luangwa from the south is not as simple as drive through the gates and you've arrived. We have to cross the river, and this is the part that had me the most nervous and excited. The pontoon is still operated by hand. Nothing but a few barrels and planks to hold up our heavy overlanding rigs. My heart was pounding. This water is full of crocs and hippos, and you don't want to end up inside.
That is quite a rush getting across there. Definitely gets the heart beating. And the truck was a little bit heavy, so a little bit more effort required to actually land. If the water levels were slightly higher, it'd probably be okay, but just a little bit awkward. But that's my first time across a pontoon. What a place to do it. Absolutely epic.
Overall, the process takes a couple of hours to get the whole convoy over. But welcome to North Luangwa.
We've just arrived. All the vehicles are pulling in. We're going to set up camp. We're going to make a fire there. And then we've got the beautiful Luangwa River as our view. And this is going to be our home for the next 2 days. We already spotted some leopard track in camp. So I think we're going to have a wild experience here.
Hey, I'm excited! You're now driving a Hilux. What's the change?
The Hilux is just pure intention is to do these trips. And traveling in Africa, Toyota parts are available almost anywhere. Where with the Defender, especially the latest Puma models, you'll sometimes struggle getting parts. The D4D has been proven as a real workhorse. Honestly, an easy choice to make to go for this vehicle. So I bought the vehicle basically as is, fully kitted, ready to hit the road. We just had to throw a few tents in the back. The idea behind that is that buying a fully kitted vehicle, it's a lot less work that you have to put in building up your own vehicle, and it takes a lot of time. So this one was ready to go, and I knew the previous owners, so that made the choice an easy one to make. And I must say, thus far everything's been working pretty good. So in Mkulu, I've also got everything in the vehicle that's packed in place, basically for me to be doing overlanding. And then I've got all the additional stuff which goes towards the guests is in separate boxes. So with this vehicle, it was easy just throwing those boxes in and we could be going. And it's also, you've got to think in the event of vehicle breakdown and say, for instance, you got to get another vehicle in, it should be easy for you to be able to switch from the one vehicle to another and still be able to provide an experience for your guests. Initially, when I started doing trips with groups, I don't think I fully comprehended what it would be like. There's nothing better than sharing an experience with others. And for me as a host, I really enjoy it, taking people through an area and seeing how they appreciate where they are and adding value with the small little things. So I think the thing with overlanding, sharing it via YouTube, it requires you to film a lot. You are constantly picking up your camera, trying to capture the moment and the sounds and what you see so that you could share it with others afterwards. We're traveling with people now and sharing it here. It's obviously a much more real experience. It's in person. You can walk up to a tree, you can view an animal and you can talk about it, and you can sit around the fire in evenings discussing it. So it's completely different. I really focus on just being here with my guests and giving them the best experience. But then on the other hand, I also enjoy and love the creative part about making a video and putting it all together and sharing it in a completely different way. So I do still try to film. I do have my camera here. I am still vlogging a bit. I just haven't had the time to really sit down and edit it because I've been on the road for most of the last 2 years. You as a creator would also know you kind of feel a responsibility to the audience that you've built up, and you get people sending you messages, hey, where's this? We haven't seen you in this. And then you kind of feel an obligation to put something together and to share it with the people that maybe doesn't have the funds or the capacity to do these trips. So that's also why I love sharing it with other people so that they can enjoy it through a screen somewhere and maybe get just a little bit of the feeling what it's like to be traveling here.
Absolutely, same for me.
I mean, we've had the discussion a lot. So do you share these places that are untouched and unknown, and it becomes very popular and maybe not the way we are experiencing it now, or do you not share it? I mean, it's a big conundrum. But then the way I've explained it to myself is that if we aren't going to share it, there's someone else that will. And if I can share it, I can at least try and get across the message of conservation and the message of leaving no trace and keeping a clean campsite, so that the messages that go out there at least inspire people to do it in a sensible way. The other thing about sharing it, I mean, looking at these parks, it's a park where poaching used to be a big problem in the past. And now if you can get tourists coming back here, you get money going into the area and hopefully supporting the surrounding villages as well. So I really think traveling in wildlife parks and conservation areas and paying the money for those camping fees and paying the money for the entrance fees, it really helps preserving these areas. And the more areas like this we can keep in its natural form, I think the better.
Traveling here in North Luangwa is actually really difficult to capture the scale of the forests. It is immensely beautiful here. It really is. I catch myself driving and just like staring, and then I'm like, oh wait, maybe I should film this. Unfortunately, the area has only just opened up in 2021, so a lot of the animals are very skittish still. There's been a lot of poaching and stuff in the area. Sneaky bugger. There's been a lot of poaching and stuff in the area, and the interactions that the animals have with human beings hasn't necessarily been the greatest. So as the route becomes more popular, as the camps become more populated and things like that over time, I think the animals will relax, the poaching will reduce, and I think this right here is going to be a very highly sought after overlanding route because it is magnificent.
we were on the move. We had one more night in the park and we were going to test out one of the lonely campsites in the far north of the park. It was a serious 4x4 mission to get there and back, but everybody loved getting the vehicles in low range for a bit. We would need to head back out the way we came in and slowly make our way back to wildlife camp in Mfuwe.
We are back at the pontoon now on our way out of North Luangwa. It's been a really amazing trip. It's been such a privilege to be in a place that's still so wild and, you know, so untouched. It's been really something special. Hopefully we're going to get across this pontoon a bit better than landing here the first time. We've used up quite a lot of water, a lot of diesel and a lot of food and drinks, so holding thumbs. And that's it. We are done with Luangwa. Well, almost. We're back at the wildlife camp. We've got one more night here. The Endless Africa team are putting together a beautiful dinner for us right here on the banks of the Luangwa River.
We had an epic 5 days in North Luangwa where we explored probably some of the remote places I've ever been. We camped at brand new campsites inside the park. I think we were the second visitors this year inside the park, so it was a truly wild and rugged overlanding experience. We sadly have to make our way back to Lusaka where we'll conclude this tour.
Spicy nice, and you what? It's been an incredible adventure. Truly an adventure. You know, from pontoon crossings to being in touch with all the wild animals all around us, having animals come through the camp at night, and, you know, 4x4ing through what felt like a jungle. It was really epic. And it was so great to get to sit down with Juba and chat to him about everything that's brought him to this point right now. And I think he's got a really exciting future ahead of him with Endless Africa. And I think Juba's journey is one that people are going to be keeping an eye on for many years to come. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode, and I look forward to checking you in the next one, wherever that adventure might take us. Anyways, we'll catch you next time. Cheers.